Hey, and welcome to Newbreed Film Reviews. We're here on episode 10, and we're going to talk about the best movie villains here on the episode. And we have a special guest here with us today. His name's Gil. He's a champion podcast movie reviewer on some other podcasts that we have out there. And just want Gil to say hello and tell us a little about himself. He's hailing in Jersey right now, actually, talking to us. And he's a big movie fan too.
What's up? It's a pleasure to be here. Movies is my passion, my life, my game. Whatever you want to call it. That's I am movies. Like I said, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm saying hello from the dirty Jersey.
You're gonna fit right in.
And we got Dave here with us too. So
what's up?
So I want to start us off with my all-time best villains. Obviously, when you go and you do the research on it, there's different villains for different people. I kind of strayed away from comic book villains. I stayed more towards characters that are just straight up bad guys as far as movies would go. So I want to take us in, and Dave, I know you're right here with me, and Gil, you're probably right here with me on this one. Yeah. Alonzo Harris. Training Day, Denzel Washington.
He was my second pick.
Yep.
One of the
He
greatest.
is the ultimate villain. The greatest wolf. He's just a wolf, you know?
Yeah. You go ahead, Brian. Do a rundown on him, because I got some stuff to say.
Dude, the way he twists and turns Ethan Hawke throughout that whole movie, and he just plays him, and he manipulates the whole situation, and he's just a down and dirty guy. You know, there's just nothing good about that guy at all. Denzel Washington did an amazing job at playing that role, and he became Alonzo Harris, you know?
Yeah.
So
definitely. All-time
great. You know, when people say, who's the top villain that you have, he's one of the first people that pop in my head.
Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed that I forgot about him, being that that's one of my favorite movies, but that was one hell of a pick. Yeah. I would have to give you kudos on that one.
Do you have, is he one of your favorites, Gil?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ashamed of myself right now, but yeah, he is the villain. Like, there's no way to, when he flips the switch on you, and he's like, in that scene when, when he's trying to get the guys from the hood to back him up.
Yeah.
He's going crazy. Like, that's my dude. That's my dude.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yep. Dude, Alonzo Harris, he was my second pick. Like, I got maybe 3 or 4 main guys, but they're not in any specific order. And, he was the second on my list right here. And he, without a doubt, he's one of the greatest movie villains of all time. He had that whole scenario set up from the jump of that movie. Like the ultimate chess player manipulator, Alonzo Harris, in movie history.
Yeah. We're not playing checkers, Jake. We're not playing checkers.
Yep. It's, and then the amazing thing is, that was Denzel's first bad role. And he just.
I think that's the first bad guy he's played. He's always played, the hero or the main good guy.
And he just
he took that role and ran with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he just had that, I like to call it that evil swag, you know?
Yeah.
He was just the perfect asshole, and he was great, and that was a good pick, man.
Yeah, hell of a pick for a villain. See,
that's my top guy. That's my top guy.
You got me beat, dude. My list, I got people like Gargamel from the Smurfs. What? You stepping it up?
I picked Skeletor, man. What? Come on.
You see what I mean? We got simple people. I got Gargamel.
Yeah.
Who's go?
So you want to go? You want to go, Gil?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with
Skeletor.
Yeah, no, I erased him from my list because he got nothing on Alonzo. I'm gonna have to go with Tom Hardy as Bane. I'm sorry, that's one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
He's on my honorable mentions.
Yeah. No, it's just the way that he kind of destroyed Batman. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Homeboy destroyed him effortless. He freaking he broke his mask. He broke his back.
Yep.
He broke him down mentally. Like, what else is there to say about Bane? You know?
And
so do you think? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But like I was gonna say that, you know what's crazy about that performance was that Tom Hardy has so much pressure because of what Heath Ledger did. Like people were like watching him, like, what are you gonna do with this character? Like you need to produce. Mm-hmm. And he sure produced.
He hit
I don't know if this is like one of my main picks, but I did put it on there. Heath Ledger as the Joker. I actually didn't put Tom Hardy as Bane on there. So, but as far as obviously from your standpoint, between those two, they're both great villains and they both have their own kind of role. I guess if you put it into them being a better villain than one another, mm-hmm. I think obviously Bane succeeded over Batman pretty much. You know, like he broke his back and they kind of killed him pretty quick. Yeah, he broke Batman but I like the portrayal of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and I just think he played an excellent Joker. He played an excellent villain, and if you look at Batman as a series, you know, the Joker is his main nemesis, is his main villain. So to piggyback off your skill, I actually had Heath Ledger as the Joker. So, we're both in the same franchise.
Yeah.
I had to cross Bane off of my honorable mention. I had to throw him in there because, super intelligent villain, kind of like a planner, like Alonzo Harris, but like in a superhero world. And he just whooped Batman up physically and mentally.
Yes, he did.
All right, so I guess it's my pick, right?
Oh yeah,
yep, you're go.
This is really hard for me. Like I have so many different picks, but one of my main guys is I'm looking at two names right now. Both of them are equally insane, but I'm just gonna say Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter, one of the creepiest, scariest, just intriguing on-screen villains ever. Like Anthony Hopkins killed it with Hannibal Lecter. Like, what a freaking villain.
Fun movie fact. In that movie, he was only in the movie for 16 minutes on screen. And he played that much of a role, and he played that much of a villain that over that entire movie, 16 minutes of it, he was on screen, and he still sticks right here as one of the best villains, you know?
Wow. That's incredible. No, that definitely, he was one scary dude. When Clarice went to, see him for the first time, that whole scene was it was spooky. I remember I was younger and I was like, yeah, this dude's mental.
Dude, remember when
anybody that wants to try to eat me, like, I'm fully scared of.
Yeah. Dude, he was so intelligent. Remember when she tried to play him, like, with the, his own little, like, windowed cell, and like she was trying to sell him on Plum Island, and she hands him the paperwork through the drawer thing, through the plexiglass, and he goes, Plum Island, Animal Research Facility. Like he knew that it was like a test facility for animals, like off the jump. Like she was trying to play him. He was like, I want a window with a view. Hannibal Lecter was, he was that dude. Fly away, little starling. Fly away.
He almost had a flamboyant feel to me. He almost gave me that vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. He was one of them, like, super sophisticated, like, you know?
Yeah, hoity-toity, white collar,
right.
You know, uppity bubble person.
Dude,
Hannibal person.
When he killed those guards, he was, like, listening to music and going like this afterwards. Like, he, finished his meal.
After he ate. Yeah. Dude, he ate that guy's nose. Therapy. He like bit that guy's nose off.
Yep.
That was therapy at its finest.
But that's my pick, Hannibal Lecter.
Good pick. That was a good pick.
Who's go, Bri?
So, that's up to me. So I have, I don't know. I'm gonna have an honorable mention. This one, he epitomizes, I don't know. I'll talk about him later. I like to bring up John Doe from Seven, Kevin Spacey.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that dude really good one. Manipulated, like, imagine remember the scene where the guy, it was the heroin addict, and for 390 or 365 days, he kept that guy tied to the bed, and he took a picture of him every day, and he went every day to inject him with like heroin and stuff like that, and kept him alive and tortured him for 365 days and documented the whole thing. How twisted you gotta be to do that.
How twisted is the Fincher dude? How twisted is Fincher?
Yeah, the director in general is twisted.
I just freaking saw Gone Girl. Something's wrong with that guy.
Yeah, he's twisted in general. His directorial movies is, off the charts as far as
something's not right.
As far as craziness.
But it gives me hope because if he can make it, I can make it.
That's one evil
Kevin
dude,
Spacey
man.
did a really good job.
Yeah, John Doe.
I don't know. You guys make my guys look like not so bad.
Well, you ain't see the rest of my list. I got some. I told you I got Gargamel on here. It's not that, not that sophisticated of a list, Gil. Don't worry.
Okay.
I got Cruella de Vil on here, and
you got what's that?
Who's the big chick from the Little Mermaid?
Who's the bad dude from Aladdin?
Ursula. That's Jafar. Jafar. He got a mean goatee, son. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Jafar in Training Day. Imagine.
Yeah. So that's mine. John, dude, when you think about him, he's just a messed up individual, you know? So up to you, Gil. What do you got next on your list?
He's not as evil as your last pick. I'm going to have to say Vincent, Tom Cruise from Collateral.
He was one of my picks. He was one of my, actually he was tied for my third.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's, Tom Cruise, man. Like, doesn't normally play a bad guy, but he killed it as Vincent. Like, he was so precise and so about his job that, there was no rhyme or reason with him. You couldn't really when Jamie Foxx tried to I guess change his mind in a way, and he's like, hey, it's just a job,
Yeah.
I gotta do what I gotta do. But he was one badass dude.
Yeah, he was cold. He's just cold, emotionless, just, I'm here to kill, and that's it,
Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent's a good pick. He's one of the great villains in cinematic history, I would say. He's, just a badass character. Like, there's no other way to say it. He's just calculating, smart, deadly, tactical, extremely. And it was that Tom Cruise swag. Like, Tom Cruise brought that Tom Cruise swag to the character, and it was captivating. Like, Vincent was the dude. I wanted to be Vincent when I saw that.
Yeah. The
scene where hijack a taxi.
The scene where those three thugs stole his briefcase, you have to, I had to rewind it 3 times just to see how quick and accurate that was. That to me was phenomenal. It was phenomenal how he took him down.
Double taps to the chest and the one to the head, in 5 seconds.
So precise, man. Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right. Who's pick?
I think it's your pick.
Is my pick?
Yeah, your go. Yep.
Yeah.
Cruella de Vil. No. That's not my pick. So, Gil picked Vincent from Collateral. So, I can't use him. Thank you very much, Gilbert. I'm gonna have to drop my favorite actor of all time, Robert De Niro, and I'm gonna have to say Max Cady from Cape Fear.
I knew you were gonna go there. I kind of knew you were gonna go there.
Wow.
That's another extremely calculating sociopath, in cinematic history. What a performance by De Niro. When he was speaking, tongues in the end and sinking in the boat and it was what a crazy role. What a crazy role. He got ripped as hell. Like the intro scene. He's doing the dips and his back is all ripped and you see he's all these tattoos on him. Man.
And then he has a whole library of books in front of him. And, the guard is like, oh, you gonna take your books? I already read them. I'm like, damn, he's been in there that long plotting.
Take a whole lot of a more to
prove
you're better than me, counselor. Counselor, come out,
Yeah,
wherever
the
you
first
are.
time, the first time I saw that movie was with Dave, and I was like taken back how crazy he was. And a scene where he was going to get jumped, and he just flipped it on him. He just whooped everyone else's ass, but he was fucked up at the at the same time. But yeah, I liked it.
You could say that, I think.
Okay, my bad.
Right, Brian?
Yeah. Just not overbearing him out,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I'm actually surprised. I think, is my go next?
Is it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that neither one of you two brought this guy up. And they might already be on your list or might already take him out of your mouth. T-1000, man.
Oh, I don't have him on there.
You don't have him on there?
I deserve to be in timeout right now. Yeah, I don't have him.
That's a damn good movie villain.
Yeah.
Oh, completely. Like he was invincible, almost invincible completely.
Yeah, with his little finger. No.
Oh, and I don't know, I can't remember who the actor's name is. Who's the actor's name that played him?
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, and he just did like, he kept that robotic kind of like stone cold review, and he had that look in his eye. He had that like that death stare, like, oh, that's not going to be a problem. Like
piercing.
Yeah.
And it was cool because no, go ahead, Brian. Did I cut you off?
And I was just gonna say, as far as he was a villain, and then he actually was kind of like a supernatural kind of villain. Like the way whenever he turned into and morphed into the liquid, it was first very let me catch my. I'm thinking ahead of where I'm actually saying. Movie magic, as far as for the first time that you're seeing that kind of liquid stuff, well, minus the abyss.
Yeah.
So, and then wrapping it up into a negative entity again, that's going after the Terminator, which you think is a self-destructing, like Arnold Schwarzenegger can't be taken down.
Yeah.
I think they matched him up against him in a good way.
Yeah. James Cameron, is a genius because if you look at the first Terminator, the weaker, smaller person, was the good character, and the big, intimidating, like, beast mode was the bad character that was, like, unstoppable. And they reversed it for Terminator 2, and they played on the audience. They took the thinner, smaller guy, which is actually the more powerful one, the T-1000.
Right.
The more advanced. So they didn't make him, like, brooding or, like, the obvious, like, bad guy. They left it up in the air. If you remember that movie, like, you didn't know who was bad right away. Like,
you had to guess it.
Yeah, you have to kind of guess.
Well, he's wearing the cop outfit, so at first you're like,
And the thing about it is that they made him nearly as indestructible as, the Terminator. Like, how the hell are you going to beat liquid metal?
Right,
like, that was insane. That part, and he was unstoppable too.
Yeah.
He beat him because he's Arnold.
He did.
Yep.
He came over that, like, that giant gear, that cog, and it was like, doo-doom, doom, doo-doom, and he had the grenade launcher, blew him away, and then the T-1000 was like all freaking out, splitting.
He made that weird alien noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if I was to have it in my my wedding, I would have came out to that theme music as when they presented us as a husband and wife.
I thought you were about to say you would rather have the T-1000 at your wedding. That would have been a short wedding.
That would have been that would have been cool as hell.
I wouldn't want to be at that wedding.
You have to be honest that he would definitely break it down on the dance floor.
Oh yeah.
He has all the liquid moves.
Yeah. MJ don't got nothing on T-1000.
Nah.
No.
Whose go is it?
Gil's.
My last one is gonna be a bit of a, shocker, but I'm gonna have to say, Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Amazing pick.
Yeah.
I had him on my list too. I didn't have him on my main people. I had him on my honorable mentions.
Mr. Anderson.
Oh my God. He was
hell of a pick.
Yo, he was like every boss that everyone hates. Like he's that boss to me. Like he's like, damn, like imagine going into Homeboy's office and he's like, Mr. Villarini, you gotta finish this report. Like he just had that douchebag swag to him. And, he was just an awesome villain in my book.
Dude.
He played the part to the T.
He played, the a-hole authority figure to a T, like you said. Like when he had Neo in the office and he had that big book on him and he's like, we've been following you for some time now, Mr. Anderson. Like, dude, like he was making me sweat. I was like, this dude's checking my tax records right now. Like, like it was like amazing a-hole authority figure.
Well, and plus the fact, like he looks unassuming. Like he's like a balding white guy. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he knocks out all this crazy kung fu. Yeah, and you're like, holy shit, where'd that come from?
Yeah. I like Hugo Weaving. He's a good actor.
He's the man. That scene where he's trying to get Trinity in the phone booth, that was crazy. He was gonna run her down with a truck. Like, you can't get any more intense than that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Hugo Weaving, man, is Agent Smith.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor.
He is. How you gonna go from an asshole like IRS type dude or authority to an elf? Not everybody could do that. Maybe,
I know.
Maybe Tom Hardy. Maybe Tom Hardy could do it.
He said to an elf.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And he really was an elf. Like, I didn't see Agent Smith. I saw an elf.
Yeah, let's not forget Red Skull, in Captain America. Let's not, that's another topic, but I liked him.
That wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah. It wasn't his bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He showed up and he gave his all.
Yeah.
Captain America basically dragged a little bit. They didn't really utilize him. That's like the dude from Nip Tuck that played Doctor Doom in the crappy Fantastic Four. He's a good actor. Yeah, he would have been an awesome Doctor Doom, and they just ruined him.
That was just too watered down. Water with sugar. It was just really bad all around. Both movies, they were just horrible.
Who's pick, fellas?
Okay.
It's mine, right?
Yeah, I think it's your go.
Okay. Yeah. I have to give a shout out to the villain with the best haircut in cinematic history. And his last name is sweet. Antoine Sugar, or if you want to call him Anton Sugar, from No Country for Old Men. Javier Bardem played him.
Yep.
He had that Dora look. Dora the Explorer.
The Dora haircut.
He was Dora the murderer.
Yeah. Yo, he was the murderer.
Check this out. Antoine Sugar, this is how I like to call that character. He was walking death. Everywhere that man went, death followed. And he was like fate. Like, he was so twisted and psychotic that his whole thought process was on fate. Like, if you cross paths with him and you pissed him off, he would kill you on principle. Like, oh, you just happened to cross paths with me and you pissed me off, so I guess you were meant to die. That was kind of like his mentality. Like, he would flip coins and I don't know if you guys remember the scene, but he was like in this like little shop with this old man.
Yeah,
that's exactly the scene. That's exactly the scene I was going to think of. Just the way he was interacting with him.
Yes. And the old man he came so close to dying. Like, I don't know if he had any idea.
It was real close.
Yeah. He's like, and when he flipped the coin and he gave it to the old man, he goes, "That's a special quarter." He was like, "Don't just put it in your pocket." He goes, "'Cause it'll get mixed up with the other quarters." And he just gave him like that funny look and walked out.
Yeah. I just saved you, like you're one lucky bastard and that guy had no idea.
Yep.
Yo, I don't know. Is it just me? But, I think he should have been Harvey Dent. You know what I'm saying? He already had the coin going. He would have been a badass, Two-Face, if you ask me.
Bring Javier Bardem in Marvel. Put that dude in any villain role. He'll kill it.
He did really good as the bad guy in the new James Bond movie.
I got a Marvel role for him.
He was scary, dude. That dude, I
forgot what his name was in the movie.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
And Skyfall.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was.
He was so creepy. I got a Marvel role for Javier Bardem. Producers, casting, directors. Listen to me right now. Javier Bardem as Dr. Octopus.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I could see that.
He already had the haircut.
Yeah, he did. Just give him the goggles.
Slap some aluminum arms on him. Yeah. Just from, the dollar store. Just crumble them up. Boom. Dr. Octopus.
That's true.
I want to get to one of the scene in the movie you mentioned where I think he got shot and he was like naked in the hotel room, like with his legs crossed, just sewing himself up. Yeah. I was like, this dude is a complete psychopath, and he did it all calm and like he was like, I don't need no hospital.
He was angry.
You know, he was just like,
yeah. He was man. When that scene with Woody Harrelson, when Woody Harrelson says to him, he goes, do you realize how crazy you are? And then he says like, the nature of this conversation. He's like, no, the nature of you. And then like it was like a moment where he possibly was going to let him go. And then the phone rang and it disrupted their interaction. And then it was again like fate. Like, oh, there goes the phone ringing, screwing up your little getaway plea. And he just blew him away. He was stone cold. Oh, the silent shotgun in the hotel room. My goodness, dude.
Yeah. And especially that little air gun, like that freaking little air gun he walked around. He killed people with air bursts.
Yeah, that was
That's
a cattle.
crazy.
It was like a cattle like killer thing. I did research on that. It's like they put it to like cow heads and like shoots like a piston through your brain.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like high powered air pressure that just kills.
Let me ask you guys this though. When he pulled that old man over and put that piston thing to it, you would have stood there and let some stranger put a tube to your forehead.
No.
I don't, you know, but he was kind of old. Maybe he was senile.
I think that dude was just in awe, like just the presence of that guy. And then he just didn't know. I'm saying he was just like mesmerized, I guess. And he just capped him, you know?
Oh my God. Side note. I just realized something. Antoine Chigurh has the same haircut as He-Man.
Yep. Maybe there's a movie correlation to that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's earth shattering right there.
Yeah.
But I had Anton Chigurh. Do you guys have any more picks? Because I got some.
I got a couple like ones we can just throw out there, and you know we can have an open discussion if one of them, you know, towards the end of the show, if one of them kind of. I got two more on my list, and you know me, I'm not a big Star Wars lover, but you can't go with a villains list without bringing up Darth Vader. You honestly can't. Man,
that's another great pick, dude.
Yeah.
How could I forget about Darth Vader?
Yeah. Yeah. But he has to be up there on the villains list. Yeah. You know, I do like Star Wars, like I said, but it's just not, you know, it doesn't reach the top of my list, but I have a huge respect for Star Wars and the characters and stuff. Yeah. And he's Darth Vader is the ultimate villain, you know, he's the Force, the evil side of the Force.
Shout out to fellow podcaster Paul, who's not here with us right now. He's a huge Star Wars fan, and he would go ballistic right now.
Yeah, he'd probably go to town.
He'd be mad that we brought it up as an afterthought.
Actually, Paul's on right now, but I don't know if he's getting on the podcast. I just saw him come up.
Yeah. But, and my other one, I'll bring it up too, and then, you know, I'm done, and then you can shoot out whatever yours are. Christian Bale and American Psycho.
I was thinking about that, and
man.
And I couldn't put him on my list as like one of the greatest of all time, or like one that stands out. I don't know why. I could have. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? I was actually second thinking it too, and he's almost like, it sounds weird to say, but he's almost like not a villain. You know?
Like, he's just a lunatic.
Exactly.
Yeah, Christian Bale, American Psycho,
It's not his fault. It's like alcoholism. It's a disease, okay?
He's
a disease to kill people.
He's just an addict with killing people. That's it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole chainsaw scene with the Nikes. I don't know if he had Nikes on, but he was running through the hallways.
I think he did.
Yeah, it was Nikes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was kind of like bizarre how he kind of timed it. He timed when the chick was running down the steps, how he timed it and just got. I was like, come on, man! Dude, but yeah, it was crazy.
He screamed like he won the Tour de France. He was like, like when he hit her with the chainsaw.
Dude, how about like him, like he does like his morning workout and exercise to like screaming Texas Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he's like doing sit-ups and like working out, and
I do my morning crunches. I can do 1,000 now, and he's like, crazy.
You know, doing that. He's just nuts. So, what else you got for honorable mentions? Dave?
What else I got, dude? I got one that you're gonna be ashamed of yourself.
I am.
You're gonna be ashamed of yourself right now.
I probably will be.
Starts with a S.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the greatest movie villains of all time. He's a shark, okay? Jaws.
Oh. I didn't go that route. I didn't go that route.
Dude, you said
I
villains.
am. I'm ashamed of myself. I am.
Jaws is a villain. I don't care. I don't care.
I agree with you. I'm ashamed.
That was one of the most memorable movie villains of all time. That big damn shark.
That's very true. You got me.
I got you want me to just go through my list real quick? And
Yeah. Write them down.
Yep. Right. So I had Jaws as an honorable mention. Is that his name, Jaws? Or is it Bruce? Or?
They called him Bruce.
Okay.
Well, like in the movie, they don't call him Bruce, but Spielberg called him Bruce.
Okay, Bruce.
They just call him. They just call him.
Dude.
Yeah. I forgot what. They're just Big White. You know.
Big White. Bill the Butcher, played by Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York. That is a hell of a movie.
Amazing. Yeah. Crazy.
He did a good job.
We're gonna go real out there right now. We're gonna go out there. I mentioned a shark. We're gonna have to say the Queen Alien from Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch! When she was in the mech suit.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. That alien queen she was a real bitch.
She is. And she's an all-time villain. And she created a bunch of little mini villains, if you think about it that. She birthed tons of little mini villains.
She did. I got a little trivia for you guys. I'm not gonna mention his name yet. I'm gonna see if you guys guess it.
All right.
So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gizmo Kaka.
What?
Gizmo Kaka. Spike, dude, from the Gremlins.
Oh. That's his
Come
name?
on.
Gizmo Kaka?
He was like, Deagle. He would just talk gibberish. I don't know why he would say that. He was just bad. He was bad.
Oh. Okay, I have one.
Who do you got?
Yep.
Freddy Krueger.
He's
Of
on
course.
my list.
Yeah. I didn't go Freddy Krueger. I didn't go Mike Myers. I didn't go Jason Voorhees. I didn't go any of them actually.
Yeah, he just popped in my head. You know, I guess that voice gave me the thought of Freddy.
The most awesome dude. Freddy was the villain of the 80s.
Yeah, he was.
And he was funny.
Yeah.
Remember that chick? He was like in his mental hospital, and then like this like stoned out chick was like looking at this static TV, and then he like two arms came out, and like Freddy's head popped out of the TV, and he grabs her, and he's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch!" And he's like, "Ah!" And he like rams her head into the screen.
He had a fascinating way of killing people.
Dude,
Yeah.
there was this other chick. I remember all these deaths. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
This other chick was like a weightlifter, and he put her like in a giant roach motel box. And he like squished the box, and he was like, "They check in, but they don't check out." Like, oh god, dude. Freddy was that dude. Gil, I got one for you.
Okay.
I got one for you. I'm gonna say one line. You're gonna know exactly who it is.
All right.
One of the greatest. I'll say he's one of the greatest villains, like memorable. I must break you.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren, Drago.
Ivan Drago.
Rocky. Yep. Yeah, he's a monster.
Dude, when he punched the life out of Apollo, that was sad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Right, Rocky IV, do you remember that?
Yeah. He's one of the few that I do remember. I remember him, and I remember,
Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
Mr. T. Yep.
Yeah,
A bunch of parasites and leeches. Like, yeah, Mr. T was crazy.
Is that the one where he was, like he went up into like, this, somewhere like where it's really snowy and cold, and he started to train for him because the other guy was training in like a different atmosphere, you know, like
he was training high tech, and Stallone had like logs on his back.
And he went back low tech, and he went out in the woods and trained like on a farm and stuff, right, out in the snow. Yeah.
Yo, you're a huge Rocky nerd. What was the song playing? Hearts on fire, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Strong desire.
By the way, I had the soundtrack.
I got a secret.
I listen to it on the way to work sometimes when I need motivation.
I got a confession. I'm actually a huge Rocky nerd too.
You are.
Big Rocky nerd.
Yeah.
But those are my picks, man. Those are my mains, and those are my honorable mentions. If I think really hard, I can probably come up with some more. It's such a hard topic, man. It's so big.
I mean, we didn't touch on anything that like was in the Marvel world or anything like that as far as villains would go. And you could even make a whole different episode on superhero villains if you really wanted to. But
we go to robotic route. Ed 209
exactly.
RoboCop.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we touched on all the main, most important villains and the ones that really stood out to us in general. So I think that was a pretty good show, gentlemen.
I concur.
Thanks
for coming on, Gil.
Thank you.
And we'd love to have you back. You know, whenever you want to do it. We record Sunday nights. So if you're available and you want to hop on, it'd be cool to get all four of us on. Paulie had to take a hiatus tonight, so Gil was glad to step in and help us out talking about some villains.
Appreciate it, Gil. Appreciate it.
Oh, I had a good time, man. It's a lot of fun and just the dynamic of everyone's thoughts, and it's just, you know, it was an awesome time.
It was an honor to utilize your movie knowledge on this podcast, sir.
And it was an honor to learn from the best.
You. I know the audience can't see, but I am saluting Gil right now. Thank you, sir. Come back.
So we have our podcast up on Podomatic.com at Newbreed Film Reviews. We're also on iTunes. We also are on YouTube as Newbreed Film Reviews. We're also on Facebook. And we also have Gmail if you want to send us a Gmail at newbreedfilmreviews2014 at gmail.com. Did I miss anywhere else? Paulie's running our Twitter account at Newbreed Films. So you can talk to him that way if you really want to.
All right. I'm out of the loop with all that Twitter stuff, but.
All right. That was a good show.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
You too. Good night.